Welcome to my reading wrap up for the combination of March and April. Hi. So in March I only read 2 books, which is why I didn't do a reading wrap up in March. So first book I read was Six Crimson Cranes by Elizabeth Lim. And I don't know, I really enjoyed it, and I am now anxiously waiting for the sequel to come out. But the story is about a girl who finds a dragon, kind of wasn't supposed to find it, and then her stepmom kind of turns out to be evil, and then puts a curse on her and her brothers. Where the crane thing comes in is her stepmother turns her brothers into cranes. So she ran away from the kingdom to go find them, and they've just kind of been traveling ever since to pretty much now get revenge on their stepmother. That's pretty much that in the simplest of terms without spoilers. I do recommend it. I would read it. One of my mutuals though, on Instagram, she was telling me how some people I guess have some people say it gives Howl's Moving Castle vibes, which I can kind of see, but I guess from my perspective, it kind of gave me more Yona of the Dawn vibes. So I guess if you like either of those, that might be a reason for you to read it. Also, yes, that is my cat in the background rubbing against me a bunch. I don't know, she wants attention. Always gets like this when I record. But, anyways, next book, moving on. The second book I read in March was Delirium by Lauren Oliver, which is the first book in the Delirium trilogy. This book, as I've said before and will say again, this is the book that made me really like reading. It's a really good story. It's like a dystopian forbidden romance. If you liked the Matched trilogy by Ali Condé, I would also recommend this because this kind of has a lot of the same tropes to it. But yeah, that's one of my all-time favorites. So then for March, that means I read only a total of 895 pages between the two. So now moving on to April, and the 5 books I read. Excuse me. First, whoa. I finished the second book in the Delirium trilogy, Pandemonium, which continues on with what happened, obviously, from the ending of Delirium, Lena's life in the wilds, and dealing with her grief because Alex didn't make it with her, and she just, misses him and wants him there, and all that stuff. And then after that, I finished the third book, Requiem, where a lot more chaos happens, of course. But also things finally get sort of resolved between their really crappy, corrupt government and the wilds. They're trying to, bring peace. That, love isn't a disease and stuff like that, but yeah, it's pretty much the summary of the series. But there's also a novella, Delirium Stories, which is a few extra little short stories of Hannah, which is Lena's best friend, Annabelle, her mom, Raven, who was kind of the leader of the group of the Wilds, and Alex. And it pretty much gives more backstory on them, and it also kind of talks about some stuff, I guess from different perspectives too, of the summer before everything happened. in the last 2 books. So, yeah. And then I read Rooms, also by Lauren Oliver. Because I'm trying to work on a Lauren Oliver vlog, I guess you can tell. But yeah, so I read Rooms, which is about pretty much a haunted paranormal activity. This family, dad person dies. Their dad / husband or whatever. He passed away, so they go in the house, obviously to take care of it, you know, get rid of stuff, pack away things that they'd want to keep, and just deal with the house and the funeral and, you know, stuff you do when that very sad thing happens. So they're dealing with that, but then also figuring out that this house is haunted, people died there. I don't know, it's really weird. And like I said in my vlog, that obviously isn't up yet, but since this is going up, trigger warning for, like, suicidal thoughts, like death, of course. So be aware of that if you're kind of sensitive to those topics. Just a fair warning. And then finally, the last book I finished in the month of April, Fairy Chain Girls by Lauren Oliver. Pretty much it's like this chaos and drama happening between these 2 sisters, and you kind of switch between POVs with them, but then it kind of adds more chaos because there's this girl that went missing. So then it's like their whole town is like dealing with that, and then Nick, who is one of the main characters, she's, you know, trying to deal with her sister and trying to find her sister and dealing with family drama because their parents got divorced and, like, pretty much their whole family fell apart, and it's just drama. And then, yeah, I can't give any more because then I will, you know, spoil the plot twist and the whole story. But I guess for other recommendations, if you do read this, I would, like, if you like weird, crazy, dramatic sibling dynamic type things, I would also recommend The Twin by Natasha Preston, because that one's also, like, a pretty good, like, deranged chaos between siblings. Or, I also thought of a movie me and my friends used to watch when we were younger called The Uninvited, which is, like, a horror movie, and gives similar vibes to this, just, like, kind of horror movie. That's a horror movie versus this being, like, a contemporary novel, I think. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But, yeah, that is the last book I read in April, which brought me up to a total of 1,618 pages read in last month. So, sorry, I gotta... So, these are all 7 books that I read within the last 2 months. But I hope you all enjoyed. I will see you guys next time. As usual, my social media will be down in the description. My Pango Books link is also down in the description if you are interested in buying any of my old books that I don't want anymore. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!